And he just sat next to me, and I was reading, and he turned to his brother and he said, my daughter is very smart. And that I remember, like this. He said it in, in a very low tone, like this girl is very intelligent, and that was it. Like from there on, I knew I was very smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 3. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of the Playhouse. First and foremost, you'll never guess where I am. I'm in none other than Tallinn, Estonia, without my main man, Aizo, but then, hey, I've still made it work somehow, some way. I'm super excited about the conversation that you guys are about to listen to. I'm excited because our motto, our tagline on this platform is you truly never know people until you take the time out to get to know people. This is what people always ask me, how do people end up on CTA? And my answer is usually God. And they laugh. They're like, no, for real, what's the formula? And I'm like, hey, trust me. This is one of those situations that is how you have ended up on this seat. So without further ado, I'm not even going to do a big intro because I'm going to let your story unveil who it is that you are, why it is that you're sit, how you've gotten to the different positions that you've gotten to. And I'm just going to let you tell your life journey. I'm excited for this one. This is one of those incredible CTAs that we're about to do. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for none other than Ciddy
Arodi.
Arodi.
Thank you so much for that warm introduction.
So you've gotten to see the behind the scenes, huh?
Yes, I have. Quite interesting. We have quite a setup.
Normally I have my
Really
main man,
amazing.
Aizo, but then because today we don't have him, it's okay.
Yes.
The biggest thing is the value that lives. I say the true value is between the prime real estate between your two ears. So you are just about to share your life story.
Yeah.
Can we jump straight into this?
Let's do it.
You ready, yeah?
I'm ready.
Okay. I come to this platform with only one question, which is when and where were you born?
Oh, so I was born in Nakuru, Kenya. And this is back in 1989. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot you've been able to achieve in your young age.
Yes.
Okay. Give me some context of Nakuru at that time.
Really quite cosmopolitan area. I remember just living in, it's very clean, very, lots of excitement, lots of different people around, family friends, in terms of family friends, living in municipal houses back then. I remember how they're well arranged, the rows of every house. You wake up, you see your neighbor kind of setup. Small town, for sure. Now it's a city, but small town. Everything being very close. In terms of languages, mainly Swahili. Yeah. And just warm in terms of food. Amazing food. Amazing food. And just this warm place for me. And I think the one thing I remember most is the park, the national park, because we lived next to the Nakuru National Park. So I remember monkeys coming all over to the houses and causing chaos. I remember lions.
What?
Yeah. I remember sleeping and hearing lions roar every night. And just how cool that was. now that I'm grown, I'm thinking that was super cool to grow up with.
Yeah.
And just lots of family, lots of friends, for sure. School.
Wait,
Schools.
before even we get to school, because you've said family.
Yes.
Are you the firstborn, lastborn? Are you the middleborn? Do you have any siblings?
Oh.
Tell me now, paint a picture of the context of the home.
The home.
Yes.
So in my home, I'm the firstborn of 3 girls.
Wow.
So yes, firstborn of 3 girls. So I remember the first few years being alone. And then I got to have a sister in the form of we had a house manager who turned out to be like my big sister. I also remember living. So our house was here, and 2 doors away was my uncle's house, who had 7 kids.
What?
Yes. So I remember feeling a part of their family as well, because they treated me like their last born. Because for the first 5 years until my sister was born, it was just me, house manager, and then me being a part of the last born of the 7 of my uncle's family. So yes.
Wow. So what's your mom and dad doing at the time? Why are you in Nakuru?
Quite interesting. So my dad was a mechanical engineer. He was working at this spinning companies. He was the main guy looking after the machines, like they used to make like blankets, knitting. It was an Indian firm. So he was the mechanical engineer. So super. Back then, I was like, "This is it. This is the goal," right? And my mom, business lady, always been a business lady. Her name was Tabitha, but she used to be called Mongina.
Mongina?
Mongina.
Oh, Mongina.
I think it's a Kikuyu word.
Yes.
Right. She used to sell tea and bread in the Nakuru open market, right? Yeah, so very early in the morning, she would cook the tea, make the bread, and go and sell to people in the morning. So
Wow.
every business person who is bringing in maize from the farms, because they used to come to Nakuru first, so she would make sure that they have breakfast every morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just throwing what I'm deducing.
Yes.
It sounds like you had a simple upbringing. Humble background?
Very humble background. Lived in a one-roomed house. Not a bed-sitter, but a one-roomed house. The way the municipal houses were is you have the house. It's supposed to be a bedroom and a living room and a kitchen, but they separate them. So one person gets the kitchen and the sitting room as a one house.
Wow.
And another person gets the bedroom as a one house. And then there's a shared bathroom and toilet, which is together, like single bathroom and toilet together. So you share.
Okay.
So this room back then, it looked big, right? It looked very big. I would say it was the size of almost, it was the size of almost this room.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had our bed, and then my bed was under the main bed, which is in form of a mattress.
Yes.
You know. And then we had a seat, and then I remember that was the kitchen, and we had a small table, and pretty much that was all we needed back then. So quite a very humble background.
And what's the age difference between your sisters and you?
So my next sister came in 1993, so almost 5 years gap. The other one 1998, so that's the youngest.
Gap,
much bigger gap. So we have this much bigger gap. But the one thing that was constant was the domestic, like the house manager. She was like my sister. I remember growing up, I would share everything with her. She's part of, my sister. She was very protective of me because I was such a humble kid and very, very quiet. Got bullied a lot for being quiet, but she had my back all the time. Like I would go back and report everything back to her, and she takes care of everything and she sorts everything out. So
how much older than you was she?
She was not older. I remember she was she had just finished her primary school, but because back then things were tough because she was coming from my dad's side of the family, rural home. So my dad took her in to come and live with us, right? So quite young, because by the time she was leaving our house, she went to get married and to start her own family now, and she was pretty much a grown up then. But in terms of growing up, I remember we were growing up together. Like I was looking up to her like my sister. So I remember she, us doing things together. So if something is not done at home, then I would get in trouble too.
You're part of the labor force.
I am part of that because it's not just her doing things, but it's us doing things together. So giving me that company, I would say, growing up. Yeah.
Thank you for painting that picture. It's clear. Tell me a little bit. I'm seeing your dad at work, trying to support his family. I'm seeing your mom trying to also raise her kids, but also she's sort of this business grinder, business entrepreneur, making money by all means necessary.
By all means, yes.
Yeah. What's school like?
I'll start with the kindergarten. I remember getting homework in kindergarten, and I would always do it in the morning. So in the morning, my mom is cooking this with big pots of tea, because tea has to be transported from home all the way to the market, right?
Okay. Yes.
And as she's doing that, I am doing my homework in the morning. So we're talking about 6 in the morning. This is a kindergarten school. Wow. School child doing homework. I remember before
First of all, why do you have homework in kindergarten? I didn't introduce you. You're also a mother of 2.
Yes.
That's very important to note. And I know I'll keep throwing in things because people must be wondering, this lady must have a story, but what's she doing on CTA? Who is she? The story will unveil, guys. Keep watching.
Yeah. I remember my dad helping me do my homework every morning, because it used to be always in a rush, because, I didn't do it at night. I'm doing it in the morning. My dad always dropping me to school. He had a bicycle, and he would always carry me behind the bicycle to drop me to school every morning. I remember complaining about the porridge in school not having sugar, and him dropping me and making sure my porridge had sugar while other people's porridge didn't have sugar. So for me, kindergarten was such a fun place. Doing homework, that I remember precisely, doing homework every morning, and my dad was the one who was helping me through my homework every morning, and it used to be a ritual, kind of. I actually got to love doing my homework in the morning as opposed to the night. I remember that. I remember making friends, because we're talking about a very small school. Making friends who all the way up to today I still remember back then. So kindergarten, really, really amazing. So my kindergarten was literally 200 meters away from my house. So it's just a road stretch all the way to the kindergarten. And it was actually a kindergarten formed by a church. So it used to be called Church of God. And then we have a school, so I would go there. So I went there, finished, and then I moved on to the school that was on the opposite side, 100 meters from my house.
Next door for primary now.
For my primary school.
Yep.
And this school was super cool because now this one was literally, we had a fence that just the electric fence separating us from the park. So literally, the school was next to the park, right? I remember that. I remember my lower primary class days. I was bullied, Richie. I was bullied. Yes, I remember very
Why
well.
are they bullying you? Because you're quiet.
Very quiet. We had these kids who had come from a different school, so they were a clique. And then my school was also different. So we were just around 5 of us who transitioned from that school into the primary school.
From the kindergarten.
From the kindergarten. So the others were more influential. And then they used to live on the other side of the road. So I think that's the other thing I didn't faint. Our houses didn't have fences. When you cross the road, the other side of the road, they had much better spacing, I would say, because their houses would have fences. Like they would have a compound, they could even have a kitchen garden, but it was all the same setup, the way the municipal houses were back then. I think they still are up to now, is that they had more privacy than us, right? For us, you're getting out of the shower and seeing your neighbor, you know?
I get it.
But for them, they have this sort of privacy, and there would be, back then we used to look to them as the rich, right? Because they would have bicycles. We would be busy begging them for bicycle, and then when they don't give us, we would, take by force. And then back in school, I'm alone. I don't have the gang from home. I don't have my our domestic manager. Her name was Lillian. She's not with me to protect me, right? So I would get it back in school. So yeah. I remember first primary days being very me trying to find a way to fit in, making friends, but at the same time just trying to say, why am I here? And then books as well. It's different. It's not kindergarten. Remember, I was doing homework with my dad every morning, but this one is like, is it freestyle? Is it? I'm trying to figure it out at the same time, and it's just different environment because our lower primary schools, they were still under construction as well.
Wow.
So we didn't have windows, right? Because it was just the bricks were done, and then the floor was done, and the roof. So the windows were open. And I remember actually this one day, lions came to the school.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. Lions came to the school, and I remember us running towards one corner of the class because the windows don't have any glass. They don't have any.
The lions can walk in easy.
Yes. That's one fond memory I remember of my lower primary school.
So wait, when that lion came, let's just wait there a bit. So how do you know? Somebody started shouting.
The toilets were located towards the end of the school. One boy was going to drink water. We had a tap outside where you go and you bend and you're drinking water, right? And then he saw the lion and he ran back to the class telling everyone, hey, there's a lion in school. And we all had it because we had only 2 rows of class, only one stream.
Yeah.
So each class was just one. And it was chaos. Everybody was screaming. But because it was early in the morning, somebody had already notified KWS that
Kenya Wildlife Service.
Yes, that we have lions on the loose. So they were already aware because it was early morning. They were aware. This is by 8, 9. We are already in school, and they're just chilling. They were not.
They're not hungry.
They
They're
were
not on
not
the
hungry.
yes.
I would
They,
say.
they
were
had
just chilling.
strolled into
Yeah. So I remember
educational
that.
institution.
Yes. And they would just come, tranquilize them, and then take them back to the park. So I remember such stories. I remember pythons also coming, and again, they would just be taken back to the park. So yeah,
Wow,
quite an interesting one.
Insanely interesting. Okay, so in school, are you actually, first and foremost, it's funny that you talked about fences because we're in Estonia.
Yes.
Houses here don't have fences.
No. My version of rich has changed.
You know what I mean? These huge fences that we have with electric fences and all these
And
things.
people putting up walls so you don't see what they do every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite interesting turn of events.
Okay. So in school, did you enjoy, okay, not from an education perspective? Yes.
I think from an education perspective, I started enjoying it in class 3. Because remember, class 1 and 2, I'm struggling to figure it out. How are we learning in this new environment, right? Then in class 3, I remember being number 3 for the first time, and I was like, "Wait, is that me? Did they just call my name?" So then learning started being fun. Only then learning started being fun. But the first 2 years, I was just rolling with it and just trying to fit in, trying to understand the environment, trying to understand the lessons by themselves, because this is so different for me. So yeah, but by the time I got into class 3 now, I get number 3. And the reason I got number 3 is my mom told me she would buy me a bike if I become top 3.
Wow.
In school. I became number 3. But up to today, Richie,
There's no bike. There's no bike.
I am waiting for my bike still. But it did the work.
It did the work. It did the thing.
Yes, it did.
So
it did.
it made you start to enjoy education.
Yes.
In terms of what you were learning in school.
What I was learning in school are understanding how the patterns are, understanding the subjects as well, enjoying subjects like home science because there's cooking involved, knitting involved, and then just getting closer to the teachers and just trying to understand, okay, this is learning in this environment, which is different from the singing that we were doing in kindergarten. Yes.
And is there any teacher in this early years that is fueling this passion for learning? Or are you winging it?
There's something that happened during those early years. My dad and I go to visit my uncle, right? And there were some books somewhere. And I sat down and started reading. And my dad came over and he just sat next to me and I was reading. And he turned to his brother and he said, my daughter is very smart. And that I remember, like this he said it in in a very low tone, like this girl is very intelligent, and that was it. Like from there on, I knew I was very smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to ask a bit of a controversial one. Was Nakuru cosmopolitan enough that tribalism wasn't playing a part? Or was it
I would say tribalism wasn't a part because we were forced to live with each other, right? Remember our houses, and I'm telling you, our door is right here, and my neighbor's door is literally next to it, right? Like you could literally hear the conversations at night through the wall. So I remember
And they were from a different tribe?
Different tribes. Okay. So our neighbor was Luya. The next neighbor was Luo. The next one was a Kikuyu family, very large family. Then we had Luo. Then there was a pastor. Then we had a Kamba. And this is
I
one
like the way you said there was a pastor.
Yes. Because we used to, when we were kids, we used to call him pastor, right? And this is one row only.
Okay.
And then there's another row facing our row of houses, where again we start Luya, Kikuyu, another Kikuyu. Then we had Luya. Then we had Kisi.
Okay.
And then we had Nubian at the end. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So very cosmopolitan, and many houses. These are just one rows and rows and rows of houses of people who've come to live in Nakuru, and they're living in these nice houses, like municipal houses, right? And they're all different. And I remember our rent back then was 300 shillings.
Wow.
300 Kenya shillings, yes.
What did your parents ever told you what brought them to Nakuru?
Interesting enough, my dad ended up in that house because the sister used to live in that house and then left it for him. Right? So because the houses were so affordable, nobody was leaving out the houses. People would just, you live there, Richie, you upgrade, you call your family member to come and live, because they're I'm telling you, it's 300, and that's inclusive of water and electricity.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Inclusive of water and electricity. So
that's the definition of affordable housing.
It is that back then was the structure of affordable housing. And these were hundreds and hundreds of houses, and they were in phases. So I lived in phase 1. Right, so it was.
And what was this place called?
Kaleni.
Okay.
Right, so I lived in Kaleni A. There was Kaleni B. There was Kaleni C. So the difference was quite interesting, right? So Kaleni A, right? Kaleni A is where we have this bedroom and living room. Sometimes you're lucky you get a bedroom and a living room, but we were not, because we had only the bedroom, and that was our whole house, right? Yes. And our neighbor had the sitting room and the kitchen, right, as their whole house. And then ourselves and our neighbor would have one toilet to share, right? Toilet and bathroom to share. Kaloleni B had a more communal toilet that was structured in the center of the houses. So they're more communal. So B was downgrade. Then A, but now C had fences.
So the made place was C.
Yeah, the made place was C, and then there was phase 2 of Kaloleni C, which was now different again. So,
and Kaloleni A has like 100 houses.
It was more than 100. Okay. More than 100. Okay. Yeah.
And same with B and C. Okay,
same with B and
C with the fences. Probably.
C with the fences. They took more space.
Okay.
Yeah. So and at least the kids had their rooms, because they would build an extension at the back of the houses to be their kids' bedrooms, right? So they had more privacy, right? So yeah, that was rich.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you're such a good storyteller. It's so clear to me, and I'm visualizing everything. I keep saying city is like a puzzle, and there's different pieces you have to give me for the picture to become clear.
Yeah.
So I'm with you all the way until class 3.
Yes. And then come class 4, and things turned to be more serious now. In class 4, I remember having my first dictation. And in this first dictation, it was a math dictation, multiplication table. I remember that book where
the back,
the back where there's a stairs and it shows multiplication table, right? And I remember this teacher, Mr. Gitao, coming in with a cane, and he started dictating, and I am trying to write, but I'm slow. So I had 4 times 3, but he's now in a different one, and I haven't even finished 4 times 3. And I remember being beaten because for every wrong answer, you get a cane, and you have to stretch your hand so that you get your fair share, right? But then we had a system because it was like we're being beaten and everything, right? I remember I was number 3, but now in class 4, I'm starting to see why not 1, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because maybe this 3 is not good enough. Maybe if I show my mom 1, right?
I get my bike.
Yes. Because this Kaleni, see guys, I'm beating us at this bike game.
That's so crazy.
So
Okay.
we had to. I had to sit next to the number 1.
Yeah.
And it was a girl. I remember. I had to sit next to her because for me, I started like, what is this that you're doing that I can't do?
Wow.
And this is class 4 already.
Wow.
Yes. And from there on, Richie, like I would get something wrong one time, and that was it. After that, I noticed that I couldn't. Oh yeah, the difference also why I was very slow was in lower primary we used to use their pencils, right? But in upper from class 4 to 8, we're now using pens, and this pen need an ink. So you'd buy a small bottle of ink, and then there was a mechanism of pulling the ink, and my hands would be so dirty because I'm not getting it. And I went back home, and my dad looked at me and he was like, no. And he went and bought me a hero pen. Right now it's posh pen.
You're with the C's.
I'm with the C's now. I'm above the C at this point with my posh pen. So he noticed I couldn't operate the pen. It used to have a nip, right? I couldn't operate it. It was so tough for me. And he bought me the hero pen. Now I'm the girl with the hero pen in school, right? And I remember from there on, he would just make sure I have the best of everything. I had an Oxford set.
Hey, geometrical set.
I had an Oxford geometrical set when everybody had the standard red one, right?
Yes.
I had an Oxford set at class 4. I was using a HB pencil as well, while everybody was using the normal pencil. And I remember all this was my dad. Remember, she's very intelligent. And now he was just making sure I have the best of everything.
Wow.
Yes. And that was just him. Not that we were rich looking back, but in terms of standards, he just wanted me to have the best quality. Like he would go for quality. While my mom, she wants to buy me an exercise book and cut it into half.
Maximize every coin.
And then my dad brings me a HB pencil and my mom wants to cut it into half. And I'm not understanding this math, you know. So I used to hide them from my mom so that my mom doesn't come and, you know, start cutting them into half. Because she'll be like, you'll lose this and then you need this one for tomorrow, right? So I struggled with these two people who are so different.
Major.
One wants me to have the best and this one wants me to to think about if I lose
Maximizing.
this, then maximizing it. So,
Yeah.
but I used to lean towards my dad's side because, the pride it gives me in class and just the confidence boost as well was amazing. So, yeah.
So from class 4 now, you're hitting number 1.
Class 4 now, I start hitting number 1. If I miss it, is number 2. If I miss it, is number 3. My worst was number 3.
Wow.
Worst was number 3. And
any favorite subjects at that time?
at that time, I loved math. No, math was pressure for me, but that time because of the fast pace and me trying to write and everything. I loved English. Loved English a lot. English was, for me, it was amazing. And then I loved the choir. For some reason, I just loved the choir. It was opportunity to get out of school. Right, and to go to competitions. So that was the only thing we had in our school. So I loved the choir as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so progress me all the way until you finish primary.
So I think there was a time I had a one bad grade where I went all the way to number 7. I remember this very well. This was in class, I believe it was in class 7, just before class 8 was the last one, right? Yeah, and I had dropped the ball, I remember. But this time round, we used to have report forms, and every time we would have to go to your parent, you show them your results, and then they sign. But my dad had taught me how to sign his signature.
So you made use of that hero pen.
So I took his hero pen that he bought me and I signed my own report form.
Wow. But before that, was your dad, would you always tell him what position you are?
Yes. I would always go and tell him. But this time round, I didn't. Yeah, I couldn't bear the disappointment and just him thinking I'm number 7, right? So I didn't. And I signed, and then I forgot I signed by myself, right? The next time I became number 2, then I went to him now to sign. The child in me forgot that I signed myself the number 7.
Yeah.
Then he saw it and he was like, did you sign this by yourself? Because I'd gotten used to being top 3 so much that it wasn't a surprise if I don't take it to him. He'd expected me to be top 3 anyway, right? But this time, this one was a surprise. Then he was like, you did a good job on the signature. Right. But just make sure you inform me of the number 7.
Yeah.
He didn't have a problem with the signature because he taught me well. His problem was
You didn't tell me.
He didn't tell me the number 7, yeah. But how he reacted as well was really good, because if it was my mom. Yeah. And from there on, I remember just being now hitting the number 1s more. In my upper primary, hitting the number 1s more. There was actually this one time I was very sick. I think I had malaria and pneumonia at the same time. This was the first time I was sick, because all through I'd never gotten sick or anything. And then I missed my exams. And then I went back to school 3 days before closing day. And I had to do all my exams in a day. So I did all my exams in a day because I don't want to miss the parade where every end of school, every end of term, they would call the top 3 performers and you'd get a prize.
Wow.
Right. I didn't want to miss that. So I did all my exams in a day. And Richie, I turned out to be number 1.
What?
Yes. Yes.
And at the parade, you're number
And at the parade, I used to long for the parades, because in the parade, they would give us a gift. The these gifts, Richie, would be like a bowl or a glass cup or, or a mug or a plate. But for me, it was a token of, appreciation, a token of you are the best. And just that platform, that thing, I remember every time getting a present going back home.
So what's your family telling you about you being number one?
Dad, super proud. Dad is like, that's my girl, right? That's my girl. Like, for him, he doesn't expect me to be anything else. My mom is super busy at this point because of her work, the nature of her work. She was away more because she would have very early mornings and all this time she's still cooking tea, by the way. And the tea is being cooked at home, and then I help her to take it to the stage. She goes, and then I go to school, right? So she was much more busy, but still there. But I remember Dad more during this period. I remember my dad quite more being present in terms of the school life. My mom would be more on, I want something out of, I've seen it. One fond memory I remember is I wanted this butter shoes. Back then there was a trend. Now I'm in class 7, 8. I want to look trendy as well. And she got me the shoes, and I remember sleeping with them. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it, because from class 3, I'm still pestering her about the bike. I'm still holding it. I'm still like, I still need my bike. You haven't given me my bike. All this, I've brought you so many number ones.
Forget even number 3s.
I brought you number 2s, brought you number 3s, but you're not seeing my, I wanted to be more present, but she's busy. She's super busy, because by the time she's coming back home, Richie, she's so tired. She's had a day. She just wants to rest as well. So we would constantly have a domestic manager within the house to just help her as well to manage things. And then my dad, because he has a more laid back job, he's more present. And I remember him teaching me how to cook ugali, and me enjoying his meals more because he was doing more of that, because he had the time.
Wow. Your story, I'm fortunate enough to understand the present.
Yes.
You're giving us your history, your past.
Yes.
Your story is leaps and bounds. I'm beginning to understand why it is that you need to sit here, because your story represents majority of people.
Yeah.
But where you are currently represents minority of people. That distance from what you're talking about to where we are today.
Yes.
Oh, people have to keep watching. We're going to be back after a few minutes.